Hello everybody, I'm Zura and we are here to review a strange looking tank. This is the Caernarvon, the standard tier 8 AV British tank. Strange name, strange tank, probably one of the most infamous tank at tier 8 because I don't know why people don't love Caernarvon. I'm playing every day and I met really few of this tank. So the appeal of this tanks probably is not the best, and Wargaming decided to I'm going to buff the Caernarvon so I can rise the sex appeal of this tank higher and higher. So probably the European community can start to play more often the Caernarvon. But it seems it doesn't work. Just before seeing how the Caernarvon perform on Paris, a nice map for an heavy tank, let's go and see how it's stuck in comparison to the other of its class. And I have chosen among uh, four standard tanks coming from the US Army, the French one, and a couple of guys from the German Tech 3. All those guys are heavy tank at tier 8, and we can see immediately how the buff that the Caernarvon received probably two, 3 patch ago have raised the DPM to a amazing, an unbelievable value because I read 2700 DPM. That is way, it's massive better than the other. All the other tank can't stand in front of Caernarvon exchanging exchanging fire just because the DPM of the Caernarvon is unbelievable. Well, let's go on and see the penetration. The penetration of the Caernarvon is okay. It's okay penetration. T32 has the worst penetration just because he's a veteran tank and probably Wargaming can decide to adjust to turn up the T32 a little bit. Nobody are going to use this tank, one of the oldest tank in the game, and is the same for the VK4502A that was buffed not so far ago, but the buff are not related to the gun and the penetration. 200mm penetration for the VK. The other two tanks, Tiger 2, very good penetration, and the AMX with a small gun, 232. Not bad at all, the best in the pack. Now let's go and check the alpha damage. The Caernarvon has the smallest caliber gun among all those guys, 94mm gun. All the other guys have 100mm, 105, so we can justify this 280 alpha damage. That is the worst, okay. And then let's check the shell velocity. This is one of the worst side of this tank in my opinion because the shell velocity of the standard round really sucks. 878 meters per second, it's an awful shell velocity. Okay, all those guys can use premium rounds. I'm going to swap all the premium rounds for those guys just to see how it can improve the performance of this tank, and we can see that the penetration of the Caernarvon rise but not by much, while the shell velocity became okayish. Okayish, not bad, not bad. All the other guys do way better, especially Tiger 2 with a monster penetration and a monster shell velocity. So I can say that concerning firepower, the Tiger 2 can be the better of this tank, but DPM difference is too much. So the best firepower is up to the Caernarvon. Now let's check the gun handling, and here the Caernarvon shine. Just because the aiming time is the best, the dispersion is one of the best, only Tiger 2 do better. Dispersion while moving, turning the tank and turning the turret are not bad at all at tier 8. And we have 10 degrees of gun depression, so the gun handling of the Caernarvon is the best. Probably you have to go and pick up some super powerful tank to find a rival in gun handling, like, where is Dilove? Dilove 032. No way. The Caernarvon has the best gun handling. Even Dilove is not at the same level. Okay, now let's check the mobility. Velocity forward speed is the same, only the AMX can touch 40 kilometers per hour in forward speed. All the other guys are close to each other. 12 reverse speed, bad. It's not good. Other guys do way better. And this is the second bad side in this tank. 12 of reverse speed is awkward. It's not good at all. Then we have 13 power weight ratio. That is not bad at all for an heavy tank. Even considering the terrain resistances are not bad at all too. So this tank seems okay while moving. And the turret traverse, it's good. It's really good for an heavy tank. You can re-engage targets quickly thanks to the turret traverse. The tank traverse is not good, but other tanks do way better. But together with the terrain resistances, the tank is not so sluggish. It's okay for an heavy tank. And now, but it's not the best among those tanks. The best in mobility probably is the VK4502 by far. Armor and health, we have a decent frontal armor under 30 millimeters. Side armor, it's okay. Other tanks do way better. And we have nice frontal turret armor. The health of the tank is one of the best, so not bad at all. The view range is very good. One of the best thing in this tank is the view range. And it catch fire really easily, but only if got shooted in the butt. Otherwise, if you receive it frontally, it's pretty resistant to fire. Now let's go and check this suggested equipment: ventilation, gun rammer, a vertical stabilizer. Look at the DPM that touch up to 3000, an unbelievable value. The gun handling, monster gun handling, monster DPM. This tank on paper seems to be amazing. And now let's check the armor layout, because it's a very important thing on an heavy tank. And we can see that the turret we have a monster turret, auto bounce all around the frame, and the weak spot are some stripe close to the mantlet where we can see 254 millimeter of ammo thickness. So this turret is pretty damn good. The upper plate is not bad at all. Looking meeting this tank frontally, you have 208 210 millimeters of upper plate. The weak spot is the lower plate, of course, but this tank has a pretty decent side armor. So if you are using your Caernarvon with 30-60 angle, you can rise the upper plate up to 230. The lower plate still remain weak spot, and the side armor is not bad at all, because we have a reinforced plate in this point that was a weak spot on the patch buff previous. But we know, everybody know, that this tank is done for go you'll down, just because he has 10 degrees of gun pressure. So if we are going just a little bit you'll down in this way, I'm going to face the center of the gun. Okay, if you are using 10 degrees of gun depression and you succeeded in covering the lower plate in this way, just look at my picture like a ridge line. You can have up to 300 300 millimeters of armor on the upper plate, all the side is auto bounce, and the turret is pretty damn sick. So looking at this value, I'm seeing a monster, a tier 8 that fires like a tier 10 and has no weak spot at all in Yule Down. So I'm starting to think that this tank can be two-way overpowered, but let's go and see how it performs on the battlefield. We can talk later about the performance of this tank, because it's on paper it looks amazing. And the speed, we are going together with a Love. The Love is still using premium food because he's a friend of mine, and you can see that those tank goes at the same speed on flat ground, hard terrain. It's okay, 35 kilometers of forward speed reached nicely on flat ground with hard terrain. And I'm going to take my favorite Yule Down position. I'm top tier, okay, all tier 8, so this is one of the best situation. Snapshot at IS6, the gun is pretty damn reliable. Shell velocity sucks, but the bloom is always close. And look at this, the tank is tracked, and the firepower of the Caernarvon, it's unbelievable. You can shoot round by round by round. You reload in, I don't remember, less than 6 seconds. So you can track permanently. Another snapshot for my Caernarvon on a ho-ho. And this is a very nice situation for my tank. I can shoot down, I can use my Yule Down strength and my gun and my accuracy and so on. I decided to pay attention to a 112 Chinese tank coming from behind. Snapshot, track and damage. And this is game over. Snapshot, track and damage. DPM of this tank, it's monstrous. The poor 112 can do nothing at all. My DPM is way better. My gun is way better. My penetration is way bad. Those are two tier 8 tank, but the Caernarvon is a real monster. And here we have PK 100P, another monster tank. I got penetrated the flank 2 times. I'm trying to track, but whatever, it's not important. I am full HP, so I can push and try to exchange DPM, because I have quite the same HP. Look, the shot bounces on whatever, on the turret. Okay, on the turret, I believe. Another shot on the lower plate. Shot again in the lower plate. Just 3000 damage in 3 minutes. On paper, this tank seems to be a real monster, and I believe, bad RNG, that the round goes on the ground, but my DPM, it's unbelievable. I can keep shooting and shooting and shooting. A friend of mine took down the super Pershing, and I'm going straight on the central way just because I'm top tier, and probably I'm feeling that I'm the king of the hill at tier 8. My DPM is the best, my gun is the best, my armor is the best, my view range is the best, my HP, it's quite the best. My mobility, it's not bad at all. I have no weak spot. Okay, I have bounce. No, I not bounce. I took a shot from Scorpion G, but whatever. It's not important. I have HP to spare. And I'm pumping damage and damage now. Now I have bounced Scorpion G. The other shot. Oh, I didn't find where I received the first shot from the Scorpion G. This is a very flat carnage battle. Oops, I have shaken my friend. My fault. Okay, assist damage, and I'm keep shooting again. There's no tank at tier 8 that can stand against Caernarvon. Here's come a Yak Tiger 8.8 on the back. I've tried to track and track again, and it's finished. No chance to go away from the monster Caernarvon. And now the latest tank on the map. I'm going to take the last kill, but the Strivaganist one is going to hide behind the hill, so it's not up to me. And the battle, it's ended in 5 minutes. And let's go and see the post-game stat. Okay, master mark, minor achievement, some credits, but don't be fooled just because I have personal reserve active. So the income is 95k. High caliber, 5000 damage in 5 minutes, and 1800 experience. And I have done 8500 combined damage, 23 shot fire, 21 on target, and 20 penetration. This tank is good or not? Of course, guys. This tank is the king of the hill. Is the most unbalanced and OP monster at tier 8 at the moment. Nothing can stand in front of Caernarvon. I don't know why people don't want to play this one. I don't know, probably the name sounds strange and it's not, I don't know. There's no drawback in this tank. Okay, shell velocity and reverse speed sucks. Okay, we have found a couple of not good point. Otherwise, you can shoot every 5.5 seconds. You can destroy everything in front of you. Well, another drawback. The ammo rack is placed in the front. If you got shoot it here, probably you're going to lose your armor rack like all the other British tank. Okay? Otherwise, this one is one of the few tank at tier 8 that can fight reliably against tier 9 and tier 10. Okay, against tier 10, the penetration of the premium round is not enough. 252, but you have accuracy, you have DPM, you have armor. You can do well even against tier 9 and tier 10. So, this tank is good or not? Yes, this is the real king of the hill. Okay, guys, for this review we have done. I give you appointment at the next one here on YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave the thumb up if you enjoyed the review. Otherwise, comment in another way, whatever you want. I'm waiting you here. I'm waiting you everybody here on YouTube or live streaming on Twitch. See you next time, guys. Bye.